Welcome back, friends. Today I have the cutest and colorful craft for you. We're going to use different color construction paper, use whatever design and color you want. Now this one I'm going to use, it's a little bit more of a cardstock, but you can use construction paper if you want. This printout I got online, and I do have a copy of it in a link down below in the description box if you want to use this exact same printout, or you can just find one that looks similar to this one. I'm going to use a ruler to be able to make some cuts, as well as my scissors, googly eye, as well as my X-Acto knife, but you can use your scissors for that step. If you do not feel safe using an X-Acto knife, I'm going to use a pencil, a glue stick. We're also going to use masking tape from Dollar Tree and carbon paper, as well as the tracing tool that comes with it. And I do have this in my Amazon store. If you want to check it out, it is linked down below as well. We're going to place the printout right on top of the colorful paper that I chose to be my base color. We're going to tape the top, and we're going to place the carbon paper right in between with the darkest side facing downward. Using the tracing tool, I'm going to trace the outside of the bird. I'm not going to do the legs, although you can keep them if you want. I'm also going to trace the portion that's around the eye, right there, just the one that's around the eye. That's it. All the other details we do not need unless you want to. I'll remove the printout, and then I'm just going to cut out the bird. So that was simple enough. Now we have a silhouette of a bird. We're going to trace that eye portion again. This time we're going to trace it on some pink construction paper. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to place the carbon paper, the design on top, and just trace that one portion, and then we're just going to cut it out. And now we're going to cut some strips of paper. We're going to cut 2 from each color paper. One's going to be this size, it's about 1/4 inch thick, and the other one's going to be about 1 inch thick. So you're going to have 2 of each color, a thin one and a thicker one. So we're going to do the blue and then the green and so on and so forth. Now I ended up not using the blue construction paper. I don't know why. I could have. I just missed it. But of course, use whatever colors you want. I did the same thing to all of the color construction paper, and then we're going to cut each of the thin strips directly in half. And then with the thicker ones, we're going to stack them together, and we're going to cut maybe a little bit more than halfway. So maybe about a 1/3 to 1/3, something like that. We're going to add the pink portion right onto the eye area, and we're going to use the glue stick, and we're just going to place it right there. We'll place the googly eye here in just a minute. We're going to flip it over, and on the back of the bird, we're going to draw a square. You can make it as big or as small as you want, and we're going to then start making some horizontal lines that are about 1/4 inch thick. You want to have a total of 9 lines, including the bottom and the top line. Now, I am going to use my X-Acto knife because it is so much cleaner to make these cuts, but let me show you how to make one cut with my scissors. Now, my scissors are a little too thick, so it did make some dents that I didn't like, but just for purposes of showing you how to use your scissors, you just want to fold it, make a slit, and then just cut one side to the other, and you do that over and over again until you have all 9 lines cut. But again, using the X-Acto knife is so much smoother and cleaner. So I'm just going to slit all those lines from the top to the bottom. Again, a total of 9 lines. I can't say it enough. Just be very careful. X-Acto knives are very sharp, and you just want to make sure that the adult is doing this. This is what it should look like. Now, I am going to start threading the small pieces or the thin pieces of paper, starting from the back to the front, back to the back. So just threading it in and out through each little slit. Now we want to make sure that each time you're starting and finishing, it's starting on the back of the bird. We don't want to see the end. See right there? It's starting and finishing in the end. We're going to push that first one all the way to the one side. Cut off any excess. I'm going to take the next color and start threading in. Now for the second one, I'm going to start in a different thread. So instead of the bottom line or slit, I'm just going to start on the second. And then when I get to the third one, I'm going to start back where I started in the beginning. We just want to have them threading in and out in different parts. I hope that makes sense. And I did the same thing over and over again, and I used pink again. Again, I'm not sure why I skipped the blue, but just use all the colors you have. So there we have it. All the strips are threaded. We're just going to trim them off, and look how all of them started and finished on the back of the bird. So now we're going to take some masking tape. We're just going to secure those ends, both the top and the bottom. That way it's not going to go anywhere. Now we want to add some feathers to the bottom of the bird. Now you can use the glue stick. I'm going to use my hot glue because it does dry quicker and it's just for the purposes of the video. But you can use the glue stick if you want. I'm going to start with the longer strips and I'm just going to start stacking them one next to each other and they're going to overlap a little bit over each other. And then I'm going to place the shorter ones right on top, making sure that the colors are alternating in a nice pattern. Again, the top one is also going to overlap each other just a little bit. And it's going to look something like this. Shorter ones on top of the longer ones. Now we're going to use my pencil and we're going to curl these. They're going to look like nice, beautiful, colorful feathers. So we're just going to curl going upwards. But we're only going to do a little bit, maybe about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And then when you let it go, it keeps that nice curl. I love it. I'm going to do the same thing on all the strips, the short and the long ones. How adorable is this looking? Oh my word. Now looking back, I wish I would have kept the legs on him. It doesn't have legs, but it's okay. It's still cute. I'm going to take the large googly eye and I'm just going to place it right there in the pink area towards the front. You pick and choose wherever you want. And we are all done with this bird. You can add as many details as you want. Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless. How adorable, colorful, beautiful is this bird? Let me know what you think of this one. And of course, as always, I have another video here for you with tons more fun crafting inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have fun crafting.